We be filming, they be hating. Again.
Are you going up or are you going down? we taking buttons off or on?
I don't know, man. Welcome.
We're doing a kung fu film. I'll just rip my shirt off. Tiger style.
Terribly photoshopped muscles and
Yeah.
wearing just a muscle suit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, we are filming things about tea. That's
Yes.
what we do on this thing.
So we are doing another thing that I'm 80% sure I know what it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Perfect.
So I think this is an aged Oolong from Sue that I picked up when I was visited her a while ago.
Yeah.
And I think this is 50 years old or so. Yeah, let's. It's like
Cool.
It came in this little packaging. Half of it was already consumed.
Oh my god.
I was going through my old samples. I was like, gotta drink these or never at all.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna. I'm pretty sure that's what that is, but I'm 80% sure.
Cool. Twisted Oolong, smaller leaves. Maybe they're just chunked up a little bit. Man, the package looks like it's 50 years old at least.
Yeah. Well, want some paper out?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to brew that.
Meh. We've all brewed.
Some 50-year-old paper.
Yeah. Many a hair.
I'm a fan
Wow.
of the aged 50-year-old paper. So we'll just do a quick rinse on this.
This is really uncommon. So, like, these teas were never intended to be aged, right? So, like, this is just something where it's like, oh, we found this in my grandma's house.
Got clogging.
My grandma had 80 kilos of this tea for some reason. So, anyway, I'm excited to try this. And yeah, these are teas that are certainly interesting.
Yeah, and certainly, pretty rare too.
Right.
Not easy to find. So.
Yeah, not intentional.
Unfortunately, one of those that it's like the last tea. You're like, yeah, you can hunt this out, and you could probably find it
Right.
if you're willing to pay the money. This tea, probably not. So this one's for us.
There you go. Yeah.
You'll have to enjoy this one vicariously.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. So take a smell.
Shockingly clean. Look at that.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Quickly.
Wow. Oh my god.
What are we smelling? And I have not had this tea before. In fact, I'm not even sure exactly how this got half consumed. I may have had it at her house when I visited her. I'm not totally sure. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting here. You gotta do the whole. It smells very, very intense. Very different.
It's got some interesting
Very old.
fragrances.
Yeah.
It smells like Asia.
And like chemically kinda. Anyway, I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
I can smell the roast a little bit. I'm very curious how this is gonna taste. It smells quite odd. Quite different. Very strong smell.
And you guys
yeah.
can probably tell that the pot is just not pouring very well. So, I'm going to just give up and be like, okay. So, I mean, it's fine for a tea that's this age like this.
Yeah.
We're just going to, it won't pour quite as fast.
Right.
And that just means we're going to just keep these teas steeped really short.
Yeah. So these, in terms of the liqueur color, right, this brilliant red,
Yeah.
it's hard to even tell what that would have meant in the early parts of this tea's history because it could have been roasted. All these teas end up kind of getting that red.
Likely, I think, given the era, I would guess that this tea started out roasted.
Right.
But,
It smells like it too. A little bit of fruit in there, but not gasoline-y, but like sulfury. Sulfur.
Could be, it's probably from Fujian is my guess. Maybe a Tiguanin. Could be something else more from the Wuyi area. Not totally sure. Yeah. Some very woodsy flavors, but it's different than kind of like more fermented tea woodsy.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheerio.
Look at that color. Wow.
So thank you to Sue, we think.
Yeah. Whoa.
Very woodsy. Like the sweet furniture woodiness.
Yes. Sweet furniture. So accurate. What the hell?
Yeah.
Very. Oh, wow. Ooh. quite sour for me.
Yeah, I do get the sourness too.
Yeah.
So
Not in an off way, to be
yeah,
clear.
the sourness definitely comes in from the storage, and there are definitely some people in the aged too long world that really don't like the sourness.
Yeah.
I think I'm also amping up the leaf a bit here. Ooh, yeah, the sourness definitely sticks a bit in the mouth.
Oh, this is so strong. I was expecting something that's old. They typically kind of die out. Like they kind of get this like vegetable patch garden thing going on eventually, and then they kind of a lot of the intensity dies out. This is strong.
This is not that garden patchy, actually. All things considered, it's very dark, and it has a very minerally flavor to it too.
Whoa, it was flipping wild.
Well,
I don't even know what the hell that is.
it's not every day, and it's not even every year that we're
Totally.
tasting a
Oh my
oolong
God.
tea this old.
Very different. Wow, I'm making all the faces. Shout out to my mom's, to Haley, my wife's wife. My wife's mom. I'm loaded, y'all. Woo! Woo! Hello.
It's a tea party.
Yeah.
It just has a very unique profile. Like you
What are we
can
drinking?
definitely tell it's aged.
Right.
If I were to have this blind, I would probably think this was a weird Heicha that's aged. But
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. It does have that minerally thing going on. It's quite sour. That's side up a little bit.
yeah, the sourness might tip it off into the oolong category a little
Right.
more, because usually you're not getting that from those. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is a very woody, but in a very specific sort of profile.
There's almost this like split pea thing happening in this. It's kind of interesting.
And it kind of like perfumes the mouth too, like my mouth now. It's like it feels like my whole breath is sort of like Chinese furniture breath.
This tastes like an elixir, dude. Shout out to my California West Coast commentary just there. Yeah, man, tastes like an elixir, bro. But whoa,
Let's get
This
the
tastes-
boards.
yeah, this tastes really different. I don't know if I like it.
The
But it's
strength of
interesting.
it is going to mellow out. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't even gotten to the point where I'm like, do I like this or not? It definitely is interesting, and I don't dislike it.
No, it's not bad. Or off-putting. The sourness has calmed down a little bit. I get like a hint of the roast. Whoa, man. Very weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's part of the fun of having
Right.
466 of this. Is like, we have definitely brewed some very interesting teas.
It's crazy. Yeah. There's a lot to this sport that we call tea drinking.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the color looks a little lighter this time. As you may have noticed, the pot got a little unclogged too. So
Yeah.
that is working in the favor.
I'm starting to notice the oolong flavors of this. But there's a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
you say this is very minerally?
Yes. like a 2% confidence level.
Okay.
Very no, but there's definitely a minerally thing going on.
Yeah. Not very fruity. Not very plum, which is a
Right.
flavor you might detect in some oolongs. Although oddly enough, this doesn't strike me as an aged oolong that would have ever been particularly appealing to me. But I do think it may have used to be a little sweeter.
There's this. It was like that, like split pea or like lentil-y. There's this kind of like earthy savoriness about this tea. Hints of mineral. It's really sour, but not in a like citrus way. Just in like a tart.
And the interesting thing to me
very
is the sourness comes very late. It's sort of like a drinky drink, and then it's like, oh, there's a lot of tartness there. And maybe it's just been a bit for me since I have had a really sour aged oolong, but it did kind of catch me off guard because you said sourness. I was like, sourness, and then I immediately got it at a certain point.
Yeah, very different. The front of this is really interesting and hard for me to place.
Very warming, too.
Yeah.
Probably would be a delightful winter tea. Personally, I think I like this. I think the sort of like fullness that it kind of leaves your mouth, kind of with this like very old school perfumey woodiness. It's just very unique and
very perfumey.
This is like one of those like single sessions that's like we only have enough for one. We're gonna do the one on camera, and hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, thank you. Really different, enjoyable. I agree. It's not anything I've ever tasted like before. Again, the front of this is really different. And then I'm getting none of it on the nose. I want to say kind of like a lentil. Strange, like a yellow lentil flavor. Oh, weird.
Interesting. If we wanted to optimize for subscribers, that would be the thumbnail. It's like Denny with like a
yellow lentils?
Yeah. Tea with yellow lentils?
I can't believe they made this out of tea.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And then you just meme our giant heads onto it. It seems to be what all the successful YouTubers are doing these days. Yeah.
I don't know.
So definitely a series of very interesting teas today.
Absolutely. Whoa. I don't know how to describe this thing.
How sweet? Oh,
oopsie.
That's
Wrong
the
one. Yep.
How sweet would you say this one is?
There's a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it like super sweet.
Yeah, same here.
It has a very sulfury nose. It really does. Yeah, interesting. Have you ever been around a volcano, or you've made hard-boiled eggs? Similar.
Yeah.
Similar vibe. Maybe you go hiking and smell a little bit of sulfur out of some stream or something like that.
Yeah. So this one's not for the rock liquors, but it's for the rock liquor adjacent group, the volcano liquors.
I believe sulfur is a mineral.
Yeah,
so technically, it might be a rock eventually, sulfur deposits. Anyway, this is really, really different. Mom test?
No.
Back ultralight test? No.
It'd be very interesting on an ultralight test.
Tea-nerd test?
You just like whip it out, 50-year-old.
Yeah.
I feel like almost just by the tea's name, it's like we're drinking some 50-year-old tea from like this anonymous looking thing where James barely remembers who he got it from. Yeah. I think that
definitely
alone is going to get into the
totally
tea nerd.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really fun. It tastes a lot more approachable now. The sourness has gone away quite a bit.
Yeah. And it's very full and sort of like the aftertaste it lives. Like
much sweeter now. Oh, very different.
And I think this crosses me as a tea that's going to lose its steam very fast. And I think we are starting to witness that. I mean, we've been drinking pretty fast as it is. But wanted to push this one fairly good, get one last kind of like stronger steep to it.
Wow. Yeah. This is one of those episodes where people just are like, "Huh, weird."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Anyway, it tastes awesome. Now that I'm kind of, at first it was too sour. I think it was a little bit off. Really, I don't know.
Yeah. And I would say that this is like not a great example of like an aged oolong either. Just in the sense that it's very unusual. Right. So, aged oolongs are hard enough to see held on their own, and this one definitely stands out as being a bit unique.
Totally.
It's probably not even Taiwanese of origin, which is most of the kind of aged oolongs that are floating around too. So.
Yeah, very interesting. You would expect an aged oolong to become a bit more of the earthy vegetable patch, a lot more minerals.
Yeah.
You can potentially even have it be roasted and re-roasted. You might taste a bit more of the roast.
And then
very different.
And kind of that 20, 30-year-old phase, maybe a little more plumminess, sweetness coming in.
Yeah.
If it's stored a little wet, the sourness, which I'm pretty sure is where the sourness
is coming
from.
Absolutely. But it's not off. It's very different.
But yeah, it's very striking because usually you expect aged teas to be pretty mellow, but it's striking how the intensity just kind of like from the moment you smell those leaves, even before we taste it, just sort of smacks you over the head.
Very different, very interesting. Thanks for watching. Along as we get wildly confused.
Yeah. Let us know what the oldest aged oolong you've had is.
Yeah. This is crazy, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I wouldn't have been able to place this anywhere.
Yeah. Although I would have guessed civil rights era for sure.
Okay. God, fuck. Just there goes all our monetization that we had. All that 14 cents that we were making.
Yeah, demonetize us.
Oh man. Wow. Really different. Really interesting. Thank you, Sue. Maybe. Thank you, Sue and Daryl.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. She sent us some wonderful tea. So, yeah, I mean, thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode. Comment below. Let us know what the oldest oolong you've had is. And if it blew your mind, sort of like this one has blown our minds. And, yeah, it's been a fun one to try on an episode. So check us out, tdb.org. Hit that subscribe button. And we will see you all next time.
Peace.